Hello everybody, this is Irina, and in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this box from your Club Lala & Crafts February kit. It opens on the top like this with the shelf space, and it also has a pull-out drawer. Now in your kit you got all the papers, embellishments, of course stamps and dies to make the box as well as the actual box. Now when you get it out, it might look a little overwhelming because it has a lot of different pieces. Let's separate them first and see what we got here. So you have one piece like this with the openings on all of the sides. Then you have two flat pieces. You have one piece with tabs. Actually have two pieces with tabs. One is a little bit smaller than the other in size when you overlay them. Then you have a piece that looks like this with two rows of openings. You have two pieces that are mirrored. One rounded one, this is the handle, and then you have three long pieces. Two are identical and one is different side, and then two shorter pieces. So to make it less confusing, let's go ahead and assemble the drawer box first so we have less pieces to work with. So for that you'll grab two of the long pieces that are identical and two of the shorter ones, and then for the base we're going to go back into our stack here, and you're going to find the one that is smaller in size, and it looks the same on both sides. Right here it's rectangular, and then it has tabs that go in. So go ahead and find this piece. I'm going to use the glue from Beacon. You can either use Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1. It appears to me that they're pretty much the same glue, just different names. And this is the glue that we recommend to use to assemble our boxes, because it's a strong glue and your boxes are not going to fall apart. For this project, I used the nicer side, the cream side, as the inside of the box. So when I put the sides on, I'm going to use the white side outside because it's going to be covered with paper afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and put the glue. So we're going to use the top side, the even side is the top of the drawer. I'm going to put glue on the tabs on the cream side here, and between the tabs on the even parts, and then I'm simply going to insert it like so. Then I'm going with my longer part. Again on the cream side, I'm going to put glue on the longer tabs here and on the sides. And I'm going to put the glue on one of the shorter sides too, because it's going to be connected to the one that I already placed there. So this goes in like so. And then I'm going to connect on the side, this. Then I'm going to continue with another shorter side. It might look overwhelming, but it is actually pretty easy once you know how to do it. Okay, this goes here. All of our project kits are made out of the paper board. Even though it's paper, it's actually quite strong. So once you assemble the project, if you've never worked with this material before, you'll see how strong and sturdy it feels. So that's the basic right here. If I'm to cover it with paper, I'm going to go ahead and measure the width and the length of each side and cover it with paper. For the front part here, this is the decorative part, and that's included in your kit, this part here. This is the handle that goes in it. Because I put the brads into the handle, I put the handle on to the decorative piece first with the brads and then on the front of the box. So for the handle, I formed it or shaped it first. So really carefully, I rounded the center part of it, just using my fingers, just going over my finger, and then you can straighten the ends. First, of course, as you see, I use the paper, I use the craft cardstock. All of that is included in your kit. Then I used yellow cardstock that is cut a little bit smaller, and on the top of that is designer paper or printed paper, which is also in your pack, and you can pick and choose which print you would like to use. Whatever was left over, once I count the rounded part from this paper, I used on the little corners here. So that's not, I didn't use the whole side to cover it. I only used little triangles, what was left over from this piece, and I glued them on before attaching this part on. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and attach this. I don't have brads here, didn't bring them to this table, so you'll just have to envision it. So position it, if you need to use the ruler to find the center or just the eyeball. Then I use the paper piecer to make the holes, openings, and put the brads through. Once I put the brads through, then you can put the glue on this piece here, on the back of it, and attach it to the front of the drawer and center it. Go ahead and center it. You'll see it comes out a little bit on each side. And that's it. So this part was easy. Now let's go ahead and put this aside and make the rest of the box. Now here's the very easy way to do it. First, you're going to find this part. This is actually very important. This is where the hinge is, this part right here. So this is the back of our box. Important thing is that the hinge only folds one way. It only folds towards the white. So we're going to have the cream side on the back and the outside and the white part on the inside. Then we're going to attach the shelf, this middle part here. This is the part. It can only go one way, so there's no room for error here. You can't put it this way because the tabs don't match. So it goes in the middle, on the second. So this is where the hinge is, with the rounded side. So that's the top of the box, and you're going to put the shelf into here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the glue on. And it actually here doesn't matter if you put the glue on the tabs on the top or on the bottom, because they're going to go in, not on the side. And then of course between the tabs. And this goes right in. Very easy. I'm going to put it on the side just for a second. Then these are the sides of the box. As you notice, the top, one part of them is flat, and there's also flat part on one of the sides. And the flat part is going to be right here, where the, let me see if I can show it to you. Right here. So this is the flat part. This is where the drawer, the pull-out drawer, is going to go into. So that means that it's going to go this way only. So my flat part is on the top and the flat part on the front. You'll figure it out once you get those pieces in your hands. So let me see the easier way. I think I'm going to put glue actually on here. So I'm going to put the glue on the side right there and on this part here. You can see. And I'm going to go ahead and insert this in. So I'm going to start with the side. And then just line it up and make sure it goes all the way in, like this. So you can see we already have a shelf going on one side. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, if you have any pieces left from production, just go ahead and push them out. They come out pretty easily. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close the other side. Just move it around a little bit so it all fits in, like so. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get this piece with openings on all three sides, and again I'm going to go ahead and push little pieces out. Those are just the pieces that are stayed in from production. And just to give you an idea, it goes in like this. I'm actually going to use the nicer side because it's going to be showing from the inside. Right there. So it goes in like this. I'm going to put the glue all the way around on the sides, on the shorter sides and on the long side. And attach the bottom. Again, you just have to move things just a little bit to make it fit. Perfect. So we got this. We're getting there, less and less parts left. Now we have one long piece left, and this is to close the front. This is this part. Oops. This part right here. I'm going to put glue on the shorter sides and on the long side. Just push it in, make sure it fits. Perfect. Now the only thing that you have left are two even straight pieces. One of them is going to be on the bottom. This is to make it look prettier, so it's aesthetical, has an aesthetical role as well as functional. It's going to cover these pieces here and make them stronger. So I'm going to cover the bottom with glue all over. And just go ahead and close it. And the other piece, of course, is the lid. So since we're covering it with paper, the first thing you would do before you attach the lid to your box is to cover it with paper. This measures 4 by 6, so that's pretty easy. And I'll take a lot of pictures to show you as well, but it goes as a craft cardstock first, 4 by 6, then 5 3/4 by 3 3/4 of the yellow cardstock, and then little smaller of the designer paper. And you can pick and choose whatever designs you want to use. But since I'm not covering it with the paper right now, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to attach the top to the box. So this is our hinge. I'm going to put glue on the hinge, all the way cover it. I put a lot of glue on it because it's the moving part and you want to make sure that it stays. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on. Don't be afraid that it's not centered. So once you put it on like this, you can turn your box upside down. This is what I usually do. And it's actually easier to see from the bottom how to position the lids. So the glue stays wet for a while and it gives you time to move it around. So once you're satisfied with the position, then you can carefully open it, and from the inside you can press to make sure it stays. So here you go. Here is the lid that opens on the top, and our drawer goes right in here. As you can see, a lot of parts, but once you know how to do it, that was pretty simple. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see what you do with this. Bye.